Imagine reliving a million memories.
He got him! Struck him out! A new World Series record!
Imagine returning to where they took place.
Busch has pitched a no-hitter! It's the first time in the history of Cardinal baseball that a pitcher has 2 no-hitters.
Sharing the moments with those who were there.
Down the left field line, is it enough? Good! There it is! 62!
Remembering them as if they happened just yesterday.
Swing and a long one! We are going to game number 7!
Imagine the stories you could tell. Imagine the emotions you would feel. Major League Baseball Productions presents millions of Cardinals memories. Busch Stadium, 1966 to 2005. So many memories from 40 years of Busch Stadium came back to life once again, the final weekend of the 2005 season.
It's really a wonderful feeling to come back to this ballpark.
Somebody popped it up, and Ricketts was going.
It's been a long time since I played here.
And I ran over there and caught the ball, and Ricketts was still looking around.
And when I come back, it seems like I hadn't been away very long.
Whenever I come back, a memory is triggered.
The Cardinals pull off another miracle!
You know, the people that you see, the familiar faces.
He's got one signature on his shirt.
So many things come back to you.
When you see Kike Hernandez, Luke Brock, Buck Gibson, those guys that comes around, I mean, it's always motivate yourself to try to get better and be like those guys.
Here, generations of Cardinals gathered to reminisce.
Hey! What's happening?
And stories filled the air.
You stay down so I'll be taller.
To see the camaraderie and the fun and the enjoyment they have just being back together with one another again. I think they all felt like they were coming back home.
It's a family reunion. That family includes former players, people that work here at the ballpark, anybody that's ever enjoyed a game here at Busch Stadium.
We have 90-something ex-players that are going to be here, and every one of them I know, every one of them I either played with or broadcast.
This is so cool.
There's some energy in this ballpark. It's going to be a great weekend.
We won all 3. Swept, yeah. Way to go, Todd. That it, baby.
The final weekend at Busch began with a reunion of the '85 National League champions.
Swinging a long one into left field. Adios, goodbye. Busch has done it again. Allman stealing.
The pitch of the ball, the throw is too late. Nice going, Vince Coleman. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game on a home run by the Wizard.
We had a great 25 bunch of guys. It was like a big family.
That's a winner.
It's like that when you win. When you win, everybody gets along. It's fun coming to the park. Just brings joy.
All you got to do is miss about that much.
Bushy and Tudor.
Hey, two, me and you.
Good news here is we'll be done before everybody else.
I think so.
It was a chance for the fans to show their love, and vice versa.
This is by far the best fan base, the best place to play baseball in America.
It's uplifting because there's so many people here. They love their Cardinals, you know, win, lose, or draw.
This is the baseball city of baseball cities. They don't forget here, and that's what's great.
I'll go to the grocery store, barber shop, anywhere. People still come up and say, thanks for 10 years of exciting baseball.
I know that these ball players have some wonderful memories of Busch Stadium. I know that each and every one of you fans have a lot of memories of Busch Stadium.
I'm a little sad that it's going to be dismantled.
My 10 years here were the most happiest years of my life.
This stadium is progress. The fans are going to love it.
I'm just so happy that you fans are getting a new ballpark and continue to support the Cardinals. Thank you very much.
It was a special weekend indeed for the entire Cardinals family. especially for those on the current roster.
They now are becoming aware, for this being the last year of the park, they realize it now that there's only a few games left. When they see all these other players around here, it's dawning on them.
Baseball players form a fraternity, but it goes deeper here in St. Louis.
When Bob Gibson walks in, or Lou Brock, all these guys are a part of the organization. You could see that sense of family.
Let's meet the greatest Cardinals of the Busch Stadium era.
Selected by the fans, the all-Busch Stadium team connected Cardinals throughout 40 years of history.
Please welcome the White Rat, manager Whitey Herzog. Please say hello to the secret weapon, Jose Oquendo.
Oh, this is a great trio and a great honor. It's going to be part of me for the rest of my life.
He was a switch hitter who played on 3 World Series teams. Tommy Herr. The #1 overall vote getter.
The Wizard, Ozzie Smith.
The man who struck out Gorman Thomas to land the Cardinals the 1982 World Series title, Bruce Sutter.
My hair is gone, and my black beard is gone, and my arm's certainly gone. But my memories, they can't take that away from me.
That's a winner! A World Series winner for the Cardinals!
He hit over 300 6 times while in St. Louis. Please welcome Ted Simmons. The late Roger Maris in right field. A player with 3,023 career hits and 938 stolen bases. The one and only Lou Brock. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps the fiercest competitor in Cardinals history, Hall of Famer Bob Gibson.
You can't trick these great fans in St. Louis. You see who they voted as the greatest players in the history of this stadium.
It's a legendary team that celebrates the past and honors the present.
Albert Pujols. Scott Rowland. Let's hear it for Jim Edmonds.
To be mentioned in all the great categories and all the great players, it's just a big honor.
That's what I call a team. All the decades represented.
The all-Busch Stadium team is a great study in the longevity of this franchise. It's a great collection of players that transcend the entire 40-year history of Busch Stadium.
For the past 40 years, Busch Stadium has been home to Cardinals baseball. But for years before that, the team played at Sportsman's Park, where they won 6 World Series and brought joy to generations of fans.
As you get involved in Cardinal baseball and the organization, you hear and you read about the Gas House Gang with Pepper Martin and Dizzy Dean, and then the great teams they had in the 40s with Stan Musial and Red Shandy's.
I started to play, in the 40s down in the old Sportsman's Park, and which was Busch Stadium later on when Anheuser-Busch bought the club.
We're delighted to be the owners of the Cardinals, and we're going to try to give the fans everywhere the finest baseball that is known in the United States.
With August Busch now the owner, the ballpark's name was changed to Busch Stadium. And the Cardinals won another title there in 1964.
The Cardinals are the new world champions.
But Busch had a vision that a new downtown stadium would benefit both the team and the heart of the city. So in May of '66, the Cardinals bid farewell to their home of 46 years.
The game is over, and the last game has been played at Busch Stadium.
Bill Stoksick, the groundskeeper at Busch Stadium, takes home plate to a helicopter waiting behind second base. The helicopter will transport this historic home plate to the new Busch Stadium on the riverfront.
It was a smooth and respectful transition, one that captivated all of St. Louis.
What are your reactions to this old landmark being torn down?
Well, I think I'll be rather sad, but the new stadium is beautiful, and I hope to attend many games there, too.
4 days later, the Cardinals played their first game in the shadow of the arch, and fans received a certificate signifying both a new era and a new style in stadium design.
It was completely circular, and it was a stadium that was built for both baseball and football.
What I liked most about Busch Stadium was I just thought the structure of it, with the arch in the background and the arch up on the roof, I thought it was the most beautiful place in downtown St. Louis.
With the St. Louis arch going up, the architect tried to blend that in with it, and they came up with the ideas, well, we'll have an arch for each of the columns, and therefore there was 96 columns, so we ended up with 96 arches.
It was really neat when you were on the field and the sun would start coming down and the sun would shoot through them and they'd show the arches on the field.
Here with a new stadium, a new beginning, state-of-the-art ballpark. So we were really in a transitional period, a change for the future.
In July of '66, everyone got the chance to see the new stadium when St. Louis played host to the All-Star Game.
Nearly 50,000 are packed into this beautiful new stadium, built at a cost of more than $26 million.
We were very, very excited to host the All-Star Game. Unfortunately, the only bad thing about the All-Star Game, it occurred in July, and it was 106 degrees that day.
The blistering heat has sent the temperature soaring over 100 degrees.
Perfect weather for an extra inning game. But the fans were rewarded for their patience and perspiration when home team catcher Tim McCarver scored the winning run.
Here comes McCarver around third. He scores and the National League wins 2-1.
The Cardinals struggled that year and finished in 6th place. But the team's fortunes were about to change.
67, we actually came out of no place because we were picked to finish 5th, but with Red Chandy's managing a bunch of veterans, he just let them go out and play baseball, and that's what they did.
But Schoendienst had more than just your average veterans. He had 4 future Hall of Famers in Big Bob Gibson, lefty Steve Carlton, speedster Lou Brock, and newcomer Orlando Cepeda.
When we got him from the Giants, he was still in good shape and a very good player, and he played well for us. Something we needed, and they went out and got. Being able to pick him up was pretty lucky.
Lucky indeed, for Cepeda won the MVP award that year. In addition, the Cardinals added a player best known for his home run feats in New York.
When you say Roger Maris, what do they say? 61 home runs. Roger Maris was one of the most complete ball players you'll ever run across. He could hit, he could run, he could throw. A very intelligent guy.
With such a formidable team, the Cardinals won the pennant in 1967 and faced the Red Sox in the World Series. After splitting the first 2 games in Boston, Busch Stadium played host to its first ever fall classic.
Busch Stadium, beautiful new home of the Cardinals, which was opened May 12th last year. They drew a record 2 million this season.
The first World Series here in 1967, that certainly had to be one of the most exciting things that happened to me.
In Game 3, Mike Shannon hit a 2-run blast, and Nelson Briles threw 9 strong innings to lead the Cardinals to victory. Then Bob Gibson threw a Game 4 shutout for his second win in 4 games.
And St. Louis wins 6-0 to take a 3-1 lead in the series.
The Sox were in a hole, but they refused to go away.
We were surprised because we thought we were going to beat him in 5 games. We went all the way to 7 games.
And in that 7th game, the Cards sent Gibson to the mound once again. Piece of cake.
He was determined, and there was nothing more fearsome than a determined Bob Gibson.
He allowed 3 hits for his 3rd straight complete game triumph. 27 innings, 3 runs.
The Cardinals win. They're the new world champions. And Bob Gibson, with his 3rd victory, has brought them through in the decisive 7th game.
Bob did it. He won 3 games, and he did it.
In their first full season in their brand new home, the Cardinals won a World Series championship and drew more than 2 million fans for the first time in franchise history.
That year we were so successful that we were the reason for the fan base, but I don't think so. I just think that the fans in this area are good fans anyway. If we hadn't had such a terrific year, I think they still would have supported the ball club.
Incredibly, the Cardinals would host the World Series once again in 1968. And fittingly, the Game 1 starting pitcher was Gibson.
All eyes key on Bob Gibson, a 22-game winner who established a new record for the lowest earned run average in National League history.
In '68, for some reason,
just happens to be the year that everything came together. And yeah, I was in a zone.
Never more so than in his historic Game 1 performance.
He got 2 strikeouts in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth, 2 so far in the ninth. What a remarkable performance.
I remember Bob Gibson very vividly in the '68 World Series when he set the record. He was just awesome that day.
Bob Gibson, congratulations once again. Thank you so much. It's a masterful performance once again. Thank you very much.
Gibson not only won the Cy Young Award that year, he was the league MVP. It was a groundbreaking season in more ways than one.
They actually changed the rules because of him.
The 2-2 pitch took him out.
They lowered the mound 5 inches, which it was only 15 inches, so they took 1/3 of the mound away.
But that didn't stop Gibson, who won his second Cy Young Award in 1970. He was also unfazed that year by the change made at Busch from grass to a new surface called AstroTurf.
With playing both football and baseball, it made it really difficult to have the playing surface very smooth. So it became almost imperative that we had artificial surfaces.
There were no World Series games played on the Busch turf during the 70s, but it did bear witness to some amazing individual accomplishments.
Joe Torre.
In '71, they had 363, had 24 home runs, 137 RBIs, had 230 hits, which is unheard of for someone who bats right-handed and runs as slow as I do. It was just a great year.
In 1974, Lou Brock made the most of the quicker surface to blaze a trail to glory.
He is going. The pitch is a strike. The throw, he is there. He did it. 105 for Lou Brock.
The most important thing was to avoid long slumps and try to stay sharp. And that wasn't an easy job. When you get to be 35, it's extremely tough.
The '74 campaign also saw Bake McBride named Rookie of the Year. And Bob Gibson reached another milestone in his Hall of Fame career.
I was here when Bob Gibson got his 3,000th strikeout.
2 men out, the pitch coming, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's 3,000 for Bob Gibson.
Just 4 years later, Bob Forsch unfurled a Busch Stadium first.
Here's the pitch from Busch to Boa. A swing and a ground ball to third. Reach has it. Oh, no hitter. Oh! And he is mobbed by his teammates.
But this historic moment almost didn't happen.
You know, there was a questionable play during it. There was a ball that was hit to Kenny Reitz at third base that could have gone either way.
I'm scared to death to, see if they called the hitter in there. Then I heard all the fans cheering. I was just relieved because I didn't want to screw up his no-hitter.
You do have to be good, but you do have to be lucky.
But luck is the residue of a roster filled with men like the Mad Hungarian Al Roboski, catcher Ted Simmons, shortstop Gary Templeton, and rising stars like Keith Hernandez.
Base hit into right field for Hernandez.
1979 was my MVP year and my batting title year, and basically got me on the map.
But it was Brock, already on the map as the all-time stolen base leader, who capped his career and the decade with one more milestone.
The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Hit off the pitcher. To the third baseman. No play. Base hit. 3,000 for Lou Brock.
But what I wanted to happen didn't happen. I thought that 3,000 hits should be a clean hit to the outfield. I hit a ball probably as hard as I ever hit a ball in my life, and it hit off the pitcher's hand, and it rolled to the third baseman. And that was a bittersweet for me.
And so an era had ended, but an even better one was about to begin. With the dawn of the 80s, the Cardinals brought in a new manager who immediately changed the makeup of the team to better fit the ballpark.
I came here to manage the Cardinals in June of 1980, and we had a very good hitting team, but a very slow team. And I just knew we had to have speed because Busch Stadium was a very spacious stadium. So I said, let's try it my way. Let's see if I can build a ball club for this ballpark.
As both GM and manager, Whitey was able to secure that speed for both the outfield alleys and the base paths.
These guys were playing baseball. They were producing runs and just making things happen.
The squeeze play, it's a beauty, and the run scored.
Our main thing was run, steal bases. We did a lot of running.
In St. Louis, they called this aggressive style of play Whitey ball, and it created one of the most unexpected moments in Busch Stadium history.
Well, I was not the fastest guy on the team. I was the catcher, so I was slow. I was really slow. Anyway, it was a crazy play.
Brummer's the big runner. He's at third. Lavelle at the belt. Brummer stealing home. He is safe, and the Cardinals win. Brummer stole home.
The Cardinals' speed and hustle made them a team to fear, but it was the acquisition of a defensive wizard that brought it all together and turned St. Louis into the merry old land of Oz.
In 1982, we acquired Ozzie at the winter meetings for Gary Templeton, and Ozzie kind of put the icing on the cake.
Well, I knew when we got Ozzie that we really had a treat in store. He is the greatest defensive shortstop to ever play the game.
Cut off by the Wizard. Look at the play.
A diving catch by Ozzie. The Wizard of Oz.
With the addition of Ozzie, the Cardinals now had one of the best fielding teams in all of baseball.
Our infield in 82 of Keith Hernandez on first and her on second, Ozzie on short. We had one of the finest defensive infields that ever played.
And with Ken Oberkfell at third, the strategy for pitchers was simple.
Whitey said, pitchers, throw strikes, because we're going to catch the ball. Don't walk people, and that was it.
The second for one. What a double play!
Whitey's formula for Busch Stadium, great defense and speed on the bases, helped make 82 a memorable season. The Cardinals made it to the playoffs, where they swept the Braves in 3 and reached their first World Series since 1968.
1982 programs. These are the official World Series programs here.
There they faced the Milwaukee Brewers, a stark contrast to St. Louis, having blasted 216 home runs to just 67 by the Cardinals. But in Game 3, rookie Willie McGee, who'd hit but 4 homers all year, gave Milwaukee a double dose of its own medicine.
Long into right field. Way back goes Moore. Way back. Way back. Willie McGee has just hit a 3-run homer and put the Cardinals on top. Now he swings and hits it down the line and right. That's going to go. Adios. And it is Willie's second home run of the game.
They battled to a deciding Game 7, where, with St. Louis leading and Bruce Sutter on the mound, one of the great moments in Cardinals history played out at Busch.
A swing and a miss, and that's a winner! A World Series winner for the Cardinals!
It's something that these fans, they might have been kids when they saw it, or they're telling their kids about it, but, I see so many people on the street say, we were there, the 82 game, and it was just something special.
The following year, the Cardinals finished a disappointing 4th in the NL East. But a shining moment for Cardinals fans did take place at Busch on September 26th, as Bob Porsche, a member of the team since 1974, took his place in St. Louis baseball history.
Here's the 1-1. Swing the ground ball. The third baseman Oberkfell has it. The throw. Busch has pitched the no-hitter. It's the first time in the history of Cardinal baseball that a pitcher has 2 no-hitters.
Porsche's second no-hitter brought to light still another strength of the Whitey Herzog era: solid pitching. Porsche, Joaquin Andujar, and preeminent closer Bruce Sutter anchored a veteran staff that knew how to throw strikes and let their great defense do its job. They bolstered that staff in '85, adding John Tudor, who was more than happy to be pitching in Busch Stadium.
One of the first times I ever came into this ballpark, I was with the Pirates, and I can remember sitting on the bench and thinking, wouldn't it be nice to play here? And then in the offseason, I get traded over here. So, coming here that first time was an exciting event just to get a chance to play in this ballpark in front of these people.
Also joining the squad that year was another speedster, Vince Coleman, who blazed to a rookie record 110 stolen bases.
Coleman stealing, the throw, save.
The Cardinals as a team stole 314 bases, the fourth highest single season total since 1900.
Here he comes. And he is safe. The stolen base is their big weapon.
But weapons were everywhere in '85. Willie McGee had an amazing year with 56 stolen bases, a .353 batting average, and a National League MVP award. Second baseman Tommy Herr hit just 8 home runs all season, yet drove in 110.
The '85 team was, I think, by far the best team that I played on defensively, pitching-wise, offensively. It was an exciting team to watch.
The Cardinals won 101 games and once again advanced.
That's a winner! And they've won the Eastern Division and head into the playoff against the Los Angeles Dodgers,
where they'd go crazy. For with the series tied at 2 games apiece, light-hitting defensive wizard Ozzie Smith performed a bit of magic at the plate.
Ozzie Smith had never hit a home run left-handed in his whole life, so this game is tied in the bottom of the 9th inning, and you're figuring, well, Ozzie's going to try to get on base somehow to get a run. Well, you didn't figure he'd hit it over the wall to get a run.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go! Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard.
He hadn't hit a home run left-handed in 3,000 at-bats. And I remember the press coming in after the game, and he said, "Did that surprise you?" I said, no, he was due, I told him.
Ozzie's unbelievable blast set the stage for the next game, where Jack Clark stood at the plate in the top of the 9th.
Needham Fioretti, the pitch. A drive to left field, and Jack Clark has hit a 3-run homer.
We'd help our ball club the fact that we had the one big bopper in Jack Clark.
The Cardinals 1 out away from a pennant, and here it is, a fly ball to shallow center. Willie McGee comes up. He's under it, and the St. Louis Cardinals are the champions of the National League.
But although the Redbirds took a 3-1 lead over Kansas City in the World Series, the Royals staged an amazing comeback to capture the title. St. Louis did return to the Fall Classic in '87, where they met the Minnesota Twins. But in a series where the home team won every game, the Cards fell 1 game short.
For the first time ever, the Minnesota Twins are the world champions.
When all was said and done, St. Louis appeared in 3 World Series in the '80s, the most of any team. And in 1987, they drew more than 3 million fans for the first time ever. In the '80s, Busch Stadium was the place to be. The late '80s and early '90s brought fan favorites to Busch and some memorable moments.
Here he comes. And he is safe.
Still, the team fell short, but change was about to take root.
In 1995, Anheuser-Busch sold the Cardinals to the current group, a bunch of St. Louisans. They wanted it a ballpark-only type stadium. It was decided to go to grass.
The green grass of Busch is all over the place today.
The artificial turf was history, replaced by real grass. And the new ownership group, led by William DeWitt Jr., didn't stop there.
They put the manual scoreboard up. They made it a baseball-only stadium.
They also catered to the kids with a new fan-friendly pavilion. And for older kids, they built a retired numbers section into the seats. Perhaps the biggest change, however, was the hiring of former Oakland manager Tony La Russa, owner of 5 division titles and a World Series ring.
I believe in high goals. I believe in big dreams. You come over here and you walk into St. Louis with this ownership, the fan support. I just feel thankful
All the changes were unveiled on opening day of 1996.
Everybody having fun before game time today.
And the Cardinals did not disappoint them.
And it is over the yellow line.
Backed by the new owners and La Russa, St. Louis finally returned to the playoffs following an 8-year drought.
And the Cardinals are in postseason. The man who held it all together, Tony La Russa, taking a slow walk out to see his players. And what a farewell for Ozzie.
It was in 1996 that the beloved Ozzie Smith announced his retirement, and he soon discovered that fans in every city were sorry to see him go.
18th season, 13 gold gloves. He's the wizard.
And though his final game was in Atlanta, it sure sounded like it was at Busch.
This will be the last time they will see Ozzie in a big league uniform.
When Atlanta prevailed, the Cardinals had lost both the series and the face of the franchise. But an imposing new figure was on the horizon as La Russa brought Mark McGwire to the team. And he brought with him power that Busch had rarely seen.
Is it fair? Home run, Mark McGwire! All right, big fella, you can relax now.
Big Mac hit 24 home runs after joining the Cardinals in July of '97. And St. Louis fans were smitten.
He has taken over St. Louis, Missouri.
Turns out the impending free agent was also falling in love.
I thought it was a masterstroke by Walt Jocketty, the Cardinals general manager. He thought the only way he'd have a chance to sign Mark McGwire would be to get him in here and to have him experience St. Louis firsthand and see how it is, maybe the best baseball town in America, see how the fans really appreciate a good ball player who gives back a little bit and shows that he's having a good time and that he appreciates the fans.
Mark made his decision. This would be his home.
St. Louis is, without a doubt, the best place to play in the country. Tell people that they say, "Are you crazy?" And I say, well, come into St. Louis one day, you watch a game, and I'll guarantee you'll say the same thing I did. And they always do.
It was 1998, and fresh off a 58 home run season, Mark turned Busch into his personal playground.
Grand slam. McGwire with #1.
Well, that is starting it in style. You could not have written the script any better.
Oh, yes, you could. For Sammy Sosa and Big Mac would take on Roger Maris's single-season home run record.
No Cardinal has ever hit more than 43 home runs in a season. And there goes number 44.
Incredibly, he kept going.
Number 50 for Mark McGwire. He is the first player in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in 3 consecutive years.
Every day was like going to the circus without the big top.
And the ringmaster man saved his best for Labor Day weekend, when Busch was the site of a baseball renaissance.
Home run. Wake up, Babe Ruth. There's company coming. It's Mark McGwire with number 60.
The very next day, he continued his historic assault.
Swung on Belton. There it goes. There it's gone. He did it.
McGwire's number 61. McGwire's flight 61 headed for Planet Maris. History. 62, 62, 62.
And I sort of had this feeling come over me and said, tonight's going to be it.
First pitch, rocket deep toward left. He did it. He did it. There it is. 62. New single-season home run king.
I dedicated this home run to the whole city of St. Louis and all the fans here. Thank you for all the support. It's unbelievable.
Most of us were just in awe of the way he handled the pressure.
He's breaking Roger Maris's record, my best friend, okay? If Roger could go out and pick the one guy that would break his record, I think he'd take McGwire.
His solo act of 1998 might
very well come to an end on what else? A home run.
He was doing such things that when it called for it, that it was just phenomenal. That it was like somebody wrote the script and he was just following the script out.
Mark reached another milestone at Busch. But nothing could compare to his race for the record in 1998.
I can't believe I did it. Can you?
Obviously, Busch Stadium has been the site of wondrous athletic achievements, but it's also been a vital part of the St. Louis community, never more so than in trying times. Following the tragedy of 9/11, Major League Baseball came to a halt.
Worrying about games now is really quite unimportant.
When play resumed, ballparks were flooded with emotion. Nowhere with more poignancy than at Busch, thanks to one of the game's greatest voices.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to read a poem which I have written for this occasion.
I think a lot of people in the country were trying to figure out, was this the proper time? And because of Jack Buck and his stature, the world was really watching our game in St. Louis.
Since this nation was founded under God, more than 200 years ago, we have been the bastion of freedom, the light that keeps the free world aglow.
He loved baseball, and he loved his country, and that was kind of a perfect mesh right there.
We do not covet the possessions of others. We are blessed with the bounty we share.
Chills run up and down your spine when he was giving that speech at home plate. What he said couldn't have been said any better.
War is just not our nature. We won't start, but we will end the fight.
My patriotism grew because of that, and I think a lot of the people that were in the stadium that night were very moved by it.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
The defiance in his voice and telling people this was the right thing to do, and just the elegance of the man and what he was saying.
Should we show others how to demonstrate our resolve? Yes, and we shall do it here this evening.
I think everybody walked away and knew that it was the proper time. And I mean, I just think about it, I almost get teared up.
Let us make good use of this moment of silence.
Just 9 months later, Jack Buck died after calling almost 50 years of Cardinals baseball.
When you think of St. Louis, you think of a number of things. Number one, you think of the Arch. Number two, you think of the Cardinals. Number three, you think of Jack Buck. That's how big he was. And when a city loses something like that, they lose a piece of themselves.
The memorial service for Buck was held appropriately at Busch.
It was a celebration. That's what Jack would have wanted, and that's what they did.
On behalf of the Cardinal organization, I'm pleased to tell you that we will add to our retired numbers section a flag for Jack Buck with his signature phrase, "That's a winner."
I think Jack was more than just a broadcaster or a celebrity. I think he was somebody people in this town related to very deeply.
You meant the world to Jack Buck, and we all as a family know how much he meant to you.
It was wonderful that the entire community could really celebrate with everyone in the Buck family.
All of your messages and notes and the pats on the back around the city have meant the world to us.
Everybody in this town seemed to have a personal relationship with him, whether they had actually shaken his hand or not.
On behalf of all of our family, thank you.
Then again, overwhelming grief with the sudden death of Darryl Kyle.
The day after Jack was buried, we have the devastating news that Darryl has suddenly passed away. And it just stunned this organization, the city. I mean, it grabbed them right by the throat and it really shook them.
I felt numb.
And I think the entire team felt that way. Such a young man at the age of 33, just to pass away with a wife and kids, it's hard. It's hard to take. It's hard to accept.
He is literally one of our leaders. I mean, you lose the pitcher, you lose a teammate, you lose the friend, you lose the leader. I mean, you lose this huge influence.
This has been a season of pain and suffering at times for the Cardinals, and they remember their fallen teammate, Darryl Kyle, and have used the memory of Darryl as an inspiration to them.
You kind of learn the character of people when something bad like that happens, and it seems like there's someone watching over us all the time, and I think everybody knows who it is.
To maintain the Cardinals' winning tradition, General Manager Walt Jocketty and La Russa added some more impact players.
It's awesome. The organization does everything. Walt Jocketty and the managers do everything they can to put the team out there to win the pennant.
The first piece of the puzzle was Gold Glove outfielder Jim Edmonds, who brought leadership and experience to the Redbirds.
Best center fielder in the National League.
And it's Jim Edmonds. Who else? With the diving catch.
This is my house, Busch Stadium.
Another one for the highlight film.
He's done it again. Edmonds does it again. Unbelievable.
Jim Edmonds has about as much talent as anybody you're ever going to see play center field. And it's such a pleasure to watch him play that position. He has as good a set of hands as you ever see, not only in the field, but at the plate also.
Edmonds' presence in the middle of the order gave the lineup both consistency and power in the clutch.
A fly ball to left field. Floyd to the wall, and it's gone, and the Cardinals win it. Jim Edmonds with a home run in the bottom of the 10th, and St. Louis goes home a winner again.
But not all the Cardinals' new additions were from other teams, for a homegrown talent would soon lift them to another level. Albert Pujols hit .329 with 37 home runs in 2001 to unanimously win the Rookie of the Year award. He was a wonder to behold.
We are witnessing something here in St. Louis that's never been witnessed before in Major League Baseball, and that's Albert Pujols.
Albert was also a constant source of amazement to his peers.
He's the best young hitter in the game. He's pretty incredible at his young age and experience to put up the kind of numbers that he has.
He's a monster. He's not going to strike out. He already has that in his head. He's confident you can't get anything by him. You make a mistake, I'm going to get you. That's just the way it is.
A mammoth shot by Albert Pujols.
He thinks along with the pitcher, and plus the fact that he's just a great hitter and a great athlete. That's what makes him such a tough out.
He's definitely the one guy that you don't want you to beat in a close ball game.
Just go out there and play hard every day, give 100% if I can to my team, and help my team out to win.
Walk-off home run for Pujols. They'll greet him at home plate. Cardinals win it.
The final ingredient came by way of a midsummer trade, one that brought St. Louis third baseman extraordinaire, Scott Rowland.
Scott Rowland is the best defensive third baseman a lot of us have ever seen. He's a clutch hitter. He's a consistent, everyday player. When you know you're getting ready to include in your club one of the most complete players in the major leagues, we thought we were now as good or better than just about anybody.
Back, and goodbye! Scott, rock and rollin'. Feel it by Rowland. Unbelievable play. That's as good as it gets at the hot corner. How good are you, Scott Rowland?
I think after they got rolling and he showed what he could do, then you finally saw the full force of what this team can be, and they started to rattle off wins.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Cardinals win it.
Thanks to the shrewd additions by Jocketty and La Russa, the Cardinals became a force to be reckoned with.
Tony and Walt, they're trying and bringing guys that they're going to fit in the team, and they're going to get along together, and they're going to drive to be a winner.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit, center field. Cardinals win it. Cardinals win it.
The 2004 season kicked off with great anticipation. And throwing out the first pitch at Busch was, well, Busch.
Please welcome the President of the United States.
He stands on the mound now, looks in and throws the ceremonial first pitch. An absolute strike.
while we beg the president's pardon, the best was yet to come, for this would be a memorable year.
First, you had the season. We had a lot of real strong stretches of play the fans really enjoyed. We had some outstanding performances by pitchers and players.
Is it enough? Get going. Gone! Home run, Pujols, he wins it!
The Cardinals won 105 games, the most in the major leagues, and captured their division by 13 games.
St. Louis Cardinals, congratulations to the best team in baseball, the 2004 National League Central Division champions.
So now you go into the postseason, and we had a successful series against the Dodgers.
The Cardinals beat Los Angeles and moved on to the LCS, where they hoped to win their first ever pennant under the guidance of La Russa. The championship series against Houston was a classic, with both teams defending their home turf.
Go up 2 and then get swept in Houston. Looked like we might have another major disappointment.
But there was a reason St. Louis added Jim Edmonds to the lineup. And in Game 6, he made that reason perfectly clear.
I was in the field and watching Edmonds celebrate after he hits that ball. All the shields came out through my body. He was great to see Edmonds having fan appreciating what he just did.
I've heard long-time Busch Stadium, whether it's employees or fans, say they've never heard this ballpark rock quite like it did when Jimmy hit the home run.
There, the Astros took a 1-run lead and put 2 men on base when Edmonds once again rode to the rescue.
And the next night, they're behind early, and he makes a great catch out Brad Ausmus in left center field.
In the air, deep left center field, Edmonds on the run, dives, and he's got it!
You don't make that catch, we don't go to the World Series.
That is one of the plays of the league championship series. That saved 2 runs for the Cardinals right there.
That sort of stopped Houston's momentum, and the Cardinals kept him in their gun sights.
Edmonds had rocked Busch Stadium. Now it was time to get it rolling.
Listen to this crowd. He's rolling. He could give the Cardinals the lead. Swing and get up, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Home run. Nolan has just given the Cardinals a 4-2 lead. Listen to Cardinal Nation.
Hearing the fans erupt like that with Scotty hitting that home run, was just off of Roger. It was just like, wow, that'll probably be one of my fondest memories.
It has been sensational here tonight.
Down to an out, maybe down to a pitch for the season.
Swinging a ground ball to the second base. Womack has it. He throws. The Cardinals are National League champions. They are mobbing. The first base scene has all the Cardinals out there.
We're National League champions for the first time since I'd been there. Crowd was rumbling, confetti coming down. I mean, that was a scene never to be forgotten.
With 2005 came the realization that St. Louis would soon say goodbye to an old friend.
There's a lot of tradition there. A lot of people are going to be sad to see it go.
This place is a sea of red as usual. Sold out here at Busch Stadium for the final opening day of this stadium's history.
Hopefully we can end it in style, the stadium, and then open the new one too.
And there's the countdown, 81 games left.
Determined to reach the World Series once again, the Cardinals used the offseason to bolster their team.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Mulder goes the distance, and the Redbirds just continue to roll.
David Eckstein, I think Cardinal fans are going to fall in love with this little guy.
When I go out there, I just want to give them everything I have.
Eckstein makes a great over-the-shoulder catch.
They definitely appreciate good baseball, and I just try to give that to them every single night, and hopefully they appreciate that.
Squeezes on, Eckstein hits it down, and the Cardinals win it.
Another unbelievable win. It comes from what's turning out to be one of their favorite.
You're looking at the Kyle family peeling off number 57, which was worn, of course, by Darryl Kyle.
As the season moved along, the new additions fit in quite nicely with the Cardinals' team chemistry.
Reg, your mic.
Go Cardinals! Go Cardinals!
Who's that? Dalai Lama warming up again?
Cardinals win it!
I look better and better and better every day. I look myself in the mirror. My God, what a good-looking guy that I am.
Redbirds win it on a double by Jimmy Edmonds.
You cowboying up. Jiggy, jiggy, woo!
Walker hits a ground rule double to bring in Reggie Sanders.
Cardinals win again.
I'm a better looking than Alex Rodriguez, I think.
Yeah, I believe that.
And Jeter.
As he takes off number 45, there's only one person number 45 here in St. Louis, and that's Bob Gibson.
5 Cardinals went to the All-Star game, the most of any team in the majors. Among them, Chris Carpenter, who was having a phenomenal year.
Swings and misses. He rings up another.
Right now, I don't know if there is a better pitcher in baseball than this guy, Chris Carpenter.
I feel real strong. My command has been real good. I think that has made me successful all year.
Chris would finish the year with a 21-5 record and the Cy Young Award.
Please welcome your current number 33 for the St. Louis Cardinals, Larry Walker.
In the season's second half, the Cardinals continued to set a torrid pace.
Edmonds in a deep right field. Way out of here.
Dude, I don't know how he does that.
Eckstein, grand slam. Cardinals win.
And the fans have been unbelievable. Once a player comes to St. Louis, they don't really like to leave.
Usually hasn't able to pick up save number 32. Career victory number 100 for Matt Morris.
Our pitching has really been holding us up, and they've been keeping us in the ball games, and it's been a huge feat for us.
It's getting ready to come, huh?
Down the left field line. Reggie's got his second of the night.
Hall of Famer Lou Brock peeling off number 20 in our Busch Beer countdown here at Busch Stadium.
Walker in the deep right field. It's way out of here.
Look at the camera. The camera's right there.
Damn, Reggie. Swinging a long one. Home run, Reggie Sanders.
They're going to send Ammon to the bench. Now we're center field every day.
Edmonds leaps and makes a sensational catch.
How he got this?
Caught! What a catch by Edmonds.
I'm telling you, it doesn't surprise me anymore. He do that every day.
What a play. He got him. Oh, my goodness.
He will win a Gold Glove at first base before many years is over.
Is he the man? Is he the man? Listen to him.
You folks knew who was going to take down number 6, didn't you? It's the man.
The Cardinals, for the second straight time, are the National League Central Division champions.
The Cardinals returned home, where the 2005 League MVP closed out his 5th straight season with a .300 average, 30 home runs, and 100 RBIs.
Albert Pujols, what he's done in the first 5 years of his career has never been done by anyone in the history of baseball. And we're talking about Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Stan Musial. We're talking about the elite players that have ever played this game.
And he'd add another milestone at Busch.
Kiss it goodbye, and hello, number 200. And it's a grand slam.
There was no place like home when, on the season's final day, the Wizard peeled back the number, and the son of the pitching coach provided the heroics.
The first big league home run by the son of Dave Duncan. Chris Duncan just gives the Cardinals the lead.
And it brought Busch Stadium its 4th 100-win season.
Busch Stadium, you are loved and you will be missed. See you in the playoffs, everybody.
For the 5th time in the new millennium, St. Louis was in postseason play. Once again, owners of the best record in baseball. Confidence was high in the clubhouse as the Cardinals sought to ratchet up their game.
When you get into the playoffs, you have to flip the switch up. If you don't, you're going to go home early.
This is the beginning game 1 today of the 2005 National League Division Series. The Padres against the St. Louis Cardinals.
We all know that postseason is a lot of fun, and it can make or break you.
And Reggie was about to break out big in the St. Louis Heat.
It's gonna be hot out there. Just the way we like it, though.
Swung on a ground ball.
Off the glove of Sweeney. Edmonds scores. Here comes Pujols. 4-0 Cardinals.
Swing a long one. Get up, baby. Get up, get up, get up. Grand slam home run, and the Redbirds lead it 8-0.
Tony gave me the green light, and so it was one of those deals where if I wanted it, it was my opportunity, to swing.
Reggie Sanders having the game of his life. He's driven in 6 runs.
On the mound, Carpenter had nasty stuff.
Oh, a beauty. Punched him out of there with a curveball.
And the Cards prevailed 8-5. In Game 2, Reggie continued his heroics.
Swung on ground ball. Past the diving third baseman and heading to the left field corner. It's a 2-run double for Reggie Sanders. He's driven in 8 runs. And the Cardinals now lead 6-1.
He's a clutch player, and his presence around here really rubs off on a lot of guys and brings a positive attitude to the game.
Mark Mulder backed Sanders up with 6 solid innings.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And the Cardinals' defense held the Padres at bay.
For the 4th time today, the Cardinals turn 2. And the St. Louis Cardinals lead this best-of-5 National League Division Series 2-0.
The Cards made sure to bring their booming bats out west, especially the newest Reggie to be called Mr. October.
Swing and a smoker into the left field corner. And the Cardinals lead this one 5-0. And Reggie Sanders has just set a Division Series record. RBIs number 9 and 10. Woo! Is he something? The Cardinals sweep the series 3-0.
We're going to celebrate, have a good time, and whoever we have to face, we're going to, be ready for it.
In the League Championship Series, the Cardinals faced a familiar foe.
Deja vu all over again. These same 2 teams that have been battling in the National League Central for the past decade, battling once again.
They want to get to the World Series for the first time. We want to get another chance at it. So I think both teams are even, just like about everything else in the series.
Astros and Cardinals, LCS, here we go again.
And who else but Sanders would set the early pace?
Reggie Sanders strikes early in Game 1.
I fouled his curveballs off a couple times, and then I was able to get a ball that I could hit out over the plate and put some good wood on it.
Carpenter was again superb through 8, then turned the game over to Jason Isringhausen.
Ground ball to the first baseman. There's Albert. He has it. Tags the bag. Cardinals win this one 5-3.
I mean, it's big for us, especially with the home field advantage. They have so many horses over there that we're going to be facing every single night. So it was very big for us to go out there and get a win.
But St. Louis lost home field advantage by dropping Game 2. And 2 straight defeats in Houston put them on the brink of elimination.
Proverbial fat lady hasn't sung yet, so we're not giving up.
Our backs up against the walls right now, but guess what? If we're going to be a champion, we got to come back.
The mission was clear. Send the series back to Busch.
We know what we have to do is we have to win. We have to win ball games, and if we lose, we go home.
Lance Berkman's 3-run blast in the 7th appeared to spell the Cardinals' doom, especially with closer Brad Lidge on in the 9th.
Swing and a miss. It's down to an out.
But these Cardinals do not quit.
Through the whole bases.
And the Cardinal hopes are still alive.
A walk to Edmonds brought Pujols to the plate. What happened next defied belief.
Brad Lidge ready. Delivers.
Swing and a long one. There it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pit.
It's like you see it going and you almost don't believe it, because it was just such a shock.
Stunned in disbelief here in Houston.
When you play 9, every once in a while you get a miracle. It's happened a few times for us this year, and it happened again tonight.
I just want to get a good pitch to hit out there and don't try to be a hero. Just try to get something going. Hopefully don't make the last out.
And the Cardinals will indeed take the field again at Busch Stadium.
I just thank God, they give me the strength to do, and I'm just glad we go to St. Louis, and keep playing in our own stadium.
There'd be at least one more game at Busch, and the fans were prepared to accept their fate.
Last game of the season, maybe. Let's hope not.
No, they're coming back.
The Cardinals are going to win. There's no doubt about it.
Cardinals are the best team around. St. Louis loves its team.
And when Houston won Game 6, it set the stage for a poignant farewell. For not only had the Cardinals been eliminated, it was now time to say goodbye to Busch. And as you might expect, Cardinals fans did so with class.
When you come here, you know everyone around you. You know the people that are going to be people next to you. Everybody just loves everybody here. It's a wonderful, wonderful place.
I'm 40 years old. This place is 40 years old. I grew up here. I don't want it to end. We'll see you next year, right across the street. Cardinals in 06, guys.
The final game at Busch Stadium. So many great memories in this ballpark. Tonight, we bid it adieu.
And so Busch Stadium is history. But it will always be remembered for the great moments that took place there. None more touching than the final day of the 2005 season, when generations of families looked down upon 4 decades of past and present Cardinals and said goodbye to a ballpark they had all come to love.
You know, the players spent great times here in St. Louis. To see the looks on those players' faces when they came back into the building.
Way to go, Todd. That baby.
It was really a great experience, not only for the players, but also that the fans could share it with them.
Welcome back, the many players who have made St. Louis baseball the tradition that it is today. Hall of Famer, Steve Carlton.
I love to come back to St. Louis. You know, the Midwest has always been great baseball, you know, so they're dedicated fans.
It's an unbelievable thrill to see these people enjoy the game the way they do. That's the most fun for me.
These people would love to see you psych up.
You sure it won't scare the young kids?
It's not going to scare the young kids. Psych up!
I think this stadium is just fine, but everything improves in life. I'm just happy that I was able to be a part of Busch Stadium.
All-time Busch Stadium pitcher and Hall of Famer Bob Gibson.
The warm reception that I get when I come here, and it's kind of like chills going through you, that the people still remember you.
The roar of the crowd, the cheer of the crowd, those kind of things do not go down with the building. They live on forever.
Wizard Ozzie Smith.
It's such a wonderful place, and all of the memories have just been special because you come here and it's uplifting because there's so many people here with red on, and they love their Cardinals.
The winningest manager in Cardinals history, Red Schoendienst.
I was manager in the first game here, and of course I'm still here. And so many memories with this ball club as well as years ago.
More than 3,000 regular season games, 48 postseason games, memories that will last a lifetime. Busch Stadium, you are loved, and you will be missed.
You know, Busch is a special place because of the people that come here. They've had the opportunity to witness some very special things.
The players made them, the fans selected them. Here once again are the top 10 moments at Busch.
The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Get off the pitcher. To the third baseman. No play. Base hit. 3,000 for a home run.
On the ground to second. And for the first time since 1987, the St. Louis Cardinals are going to the World Series.
He is going. The pitch is a strike. The throw. He is there. He did it. 105 for LeBron.
Swing and a long one. A game-winning home run. We are going to game number 7.
I don't know about you, but as for me,
The question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes. Should we show others how to demonstrate our resolve? Yes, and we shall do it here this evening.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 and a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
There's been so many great moments created here. We spent so much of our lives here. So to not see this place be here anymore is always going to be very tough.
I'm going to be sad to see it go, but I think the new ballpark is going to benefit the players and the fans.
It's time for change, and these fans, this organization, the history, they deserve a new ballpark.
Oof, it's going to be hard. I still can't believe that it's going to be gone.
It's a very sad day, but it's an exciting day because it's really the start of the final phase for something that's going to be very special for the franchise and a great benefit to our fans.
3, 2, 1.
It's emotional. You know, hate to see the old place go, but progress is progress. You have to make way for bigger and better things.
I'm looking forward to the new ballpark. It's like you're getting a brand new house.
Where new memories will be made, but the old ones will never be forgotten.
All of those footsteps of the past will be buried there, and the memories we've taken on to the new stadium.